Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time for episode 3 of the Halloween 15. This time out, I'm going to take a look at a movie called Revolt of the Zombies from 1936, and this I found buried on a horror movie compilation that I bought several years ago, and this is called The Dead Walking, The Zombies Are Coming, 10 Zombie Movies from Echo Bridge. And this features a lot of like public domain movies and movies they probably got at bargain basement prices. And you can see Revolt of the Zombies listed here with cover art that does not represent what is in the movie whatsoever. I didn't know anything about it when I picked it, so I popped it into my DVD player and I started watching it. And afterwards, I did a little bit of research and I found out that it was made to be a sequel to 1932's White Zombie, which starred Bela Lugosi. And there was actually a legal battle that prevented the film from being promoted as such, and as a result, possibly other references to that film were removed. So it might explain why the script kept referring to events that it never bothered to show, although the movie does retain several close-up shots of Bela Lugosi's eyes. But in any event, there's no need to know what happened in White Zombie to understand what's going on here. Not that there's that much to understand. The movie opens with a title card that tells a tale from the World War, and this was made in 1936, which was 19 years before the movie was released. It was World War I, and 3 years prior to the start of World War II. But apparently a division of French Cambodian troops showed up at the Franco-Austrian border with superhuman strength. And a Cambodian priest is said to be responsible for controlling the minds of these said soldiers, and he's captured. But since he won't divulge the secret of the mind control he uses to control the zombies, he's sentenced to life imprisonment. But he's soon murdered by a General Mazovia, who's played by Roy Darcy. And General Mazovia manages to make off with a parchment that it contains at least part of the secret of the mind control that was responsible for these super strong soldiers. The Allied powers that imprisoned the priests also want the secret of this mind control for themselves, so they send an expedition to Angkor, including a man named Luke, Grayson, and Claire, to try and find the secret to this mind control. And Luke is a rather timid man. He's played by Dean Jagger. He has some trouble with assertiveness. Grayson is a go-getter who is always encouraging Luke to gain some confidence and go after what he really wants in life. But trouble starts when Luke falls in love with Claire, who is played by Dorothy Stone. Grayson also has eyes for her, but somehow Luke ends up and gets engaged to her. But there's an accident that injures some of the expedition members, and Claire finds comfort in Grayson's arms rather than Luke's arms. Enraged, Luke breaks off the engagement, but he swears he still loves Claire. He throws himself into his work and discovers the secret of mind control all by himself. But now that he has the power of hypnosis on his side, he orchestrates a way to get Claire back. If you're waiting to hear where the zombies come in, they're really not zombies per se. The movie also refers to them as robots and automatons. They're really just hypnotized people who do the bidding of the person who controls them. They're not the modern flesh-eating zombies that we usually see today, and they're definitely not even the voodoo zombies that appeared in movies before George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. And honestly, they're really an afterthought here. Revolt of the Zombies is less about zombies and more about a jilted lover looking for revenge. Even at slightly longer than an hour, the movie feels like it runs for 2 hours. Much of the acting comes from the silent film school of emoting through body language rather than through dialogue. So everybody's sort of overacting and over-emoting and just, making these terribly weird faces when they're shocked at something. And actually the dialogue is best unheard because it's typically dreadful. The movie fell into public domain, so finding it is easy. So again, just like was the case with The Screaming Skull, you can find copies of it here on YouTube. None of the copies I was able to find were any better than the copy on this DVD. They're all kind of murky looking. So in all honesty, any copy you find is going to look terrible, and my advice is to not even bother. And I would give the Revolt of the Zombies a 3 out of 10. And yeah, I would skip this one. So there you go. That is my review of Revolt of the Zombies from 1936, episode 3 of the Halloween 15. Stay tuned for episode 4, where I will take a look at End of Days from 1999. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.